Welcome back to my channel. Hi, I'm Jerwin from Cebu City. Today I will going to discuss to you the perfect phrases for the sales calls. Yes. Um I already read this book and this is very helpful to me because I am in the sales industry. So I, ha- I have word that I can share to you is I read here, it says here that you can minimize stalls, objections, and delaying strategies. Yes, we cannot resist that. Sometimes there are delaying of our projects, just like we have written in the sales panel that, for example, a project or the 8 stories of condominium or about 20 stars condominium, it will finish 1 to 2 years. It depends upon the budget of the clients. So in most cases, a prospect will object, stall, or use other delaying strategies only if one or more these attached statements are true. Sorry, I'm full. So I always feel bad. Sorry. You haven't built sufficient trust. 2. You haven't asked the right questions. 3. You've asked the right question but haven't listened the answer. 4. You've presented the wrong solution. You failed to create value of opposites of the perceptions. And number 5. You've moved the prospect through the sales process too fast. Your prospect just doesn't believe the claims you've made. It is a simple. So these are very simple. So if you want to eliminate such problem, deal with each of the aforementioned issues one of times as you move through the sales. We show exactly how to do that shortly. However, to presume the prospect won't object things like price, terms, delivery, or condition would be both irresponsible and naive. Therefore, you need the tools or the skills that content with experience trained buyer who believes that it always boils down to some sort hand-to-hand or at least verbal combat. Yet it's possible to at least minimize the intensity of that combat by applying proper and professional selling strategies before the prospect begins to resist. Never forget this. Here are the tips you should never forget and few critical things in your sales career success in sales in all about. First things you don't need to forget is prospecting. In order for you to have a good um, outcome or project or good sales, you need to have a prospect. Yes, if you're in sales industry, you need to do prospecting. Prospecting is getting information or collating information about a project or getting advanced project. Pre-call planning. Pre-call planning is, for example, you have existing clients, you need to call them, call your contact, and ask them if they have a project, ongoing project that needs your services or your product. That's a pre-call planning. Number 3, planning properly positioning yourself and your product or service. Yes, if you are a salesperson, you need to position yourself in a specific project. Like when you have a project, 3-story house, what is your position on that? So you need to look what services that you can offer in that 3-story and what project you can get in the 3 stories. For example, in interior, they need just like for my laminates, they need for the interior for the wall, the table, or for the sorry, it's feel itchy. Or for the kitchen counter like that, or there's any product or services. Building trust. Yes, this is the most important. You need to build your trust to the client, or the client, you should get his or her trust, so that you will never be you will never be forget when when the bidding is ongoing. You should get a closer or intimate connection with the owner or the clients. Asking the right question. Yes, you need to ask the questions to the clients. If what are they what are they need, what are the services that you need to offer, what are the services that they're looking for. In short, you need to sell yourself, or addressing your prospect situation with an accurate understanding of what he or she wants to accomplish. Yes, this means that you should have a goal, and on your you should have a goal in order for you to have a good income, a good outcome of your project, of your prospect. Creating value. Yes, yes, if you're in a sales industry, you always need to create value, because when all that prospect, planning, and building trust of your clients out turn into nothing, it means you're not effective sales person. Allowing your prospect to feel free to object to anything that causes concern or difficulty. Yes, that's good. Our object to real assess interest. Maybe at least you haven't been thrown yet, have you? If your prospect is going to take the time to protest and give you a chance to present your solution again, it would appear that he or she is at least willing to give you another chance. Perhaps the prospect has no other source. Maybe someone told him, sorry, or her to buy from you, or perhaps he or she feels it's your not only reliable source. There are lots of reasons to object and many others to buy, but just remember, at least the prospect hasn't thrown you out yet, so seize the opportunity, deal with whatever your prospect throws your way, but do it professionally, ethically, and confidently. Learn to manage objects. This book shows you precisely. Closing is not just using clauses. Yes, this phrase is very nice phrase. Sorry, closing is not just using clauses. It means that finalizing transaction is to make the prospect happy to buy from you, and then to get them to commit. Correct. Making sales is all about asking people to make advance on new offer. Remember, if you fail to ask your prospect to buy, you will have accomplished nothing. If you don't make some effort to gain good closure, don't expect your prospect to take your product or service of this or her own volition. Closing is essential. No agreement, no sale, no decision. The purchase equals a failed effort. In grand scheme of things, however, the value of learning is source of closing techniques, memorizing closing phrases, or mastering power clauses and or overblown. If you have done everything to this point successfully, finalizing a sale is not will not never should be a major difficulty. So this book contains only the close the real secret to make prospect happy to buy from you. It is all to proven sales true that people don't like to solve, they like to buy. Your job is to make them happy to do, but never forget, you'll never ask them to make decision to do it. It takes knowledge, skill, or tenacity, frankly, some real old-fashioned courage, and nothing and nobody can give you the courage that this book in any correct. Nangarap lang. Courage comes from the confidence. Courage comes from the confidence. Confidence comes from the preparation. So it all goes back to preparation and knowledge. Book can help you in that. Therefore, never forget that because closing sale is really an inside job, you're personally responsible for at least learning how to do it.